Bill Maher, the host of HBO's talk show, aimed at Anthony Fauci and other medical professionals for the ever-changing COVID guidance during the pandemic. "Don't sit in a lab coat and say, 'Do what we say,'" Maher said in an interview on Friday against the coronavirus, which has killed more than 860. He told Deadline about the reaction of the medical community. "Medical institutions do have a lot of corruption, but that's not their criticism that they're corrupt," said a political-minded comedian who started his hit HBO series Real-Time 20th season with Bill Maher. Dr. Maher was asked if he felt that Dr. Forch, a medical institution, or U.S. President's chief medical advisor and leading infectious disease doctor in the United States, really knows what they are doing. "At that time, I didn't show much confidence. But I've always argued that the big comprehensive. It doesn't have the teeth of a tree in its mouth as it did in the George Washington era. Of course, there are many miraculous things, such as antibiotics and many vaccines. But in general, we still don't really understand how the human body works," Maher said. Despite advice from Fauci and other medical professionals, Maher said the virus is still a major problem in our lives and should no longer be such a problem. "I feel that COVID is still a major issue in our lives and shouldn't be the case anymore," Maher said before the start of the 20th season of the show on Friday. A 66-year-old comedian who tested positive for COVID-19 last May added that so far, medical professionals have been wrong about many things over the years. "When I was a kid, they pierced my teeth with mercury. Of course, they didn't do that anymore, but 50 years later, people looked back and said, 'Oh yeah, I understand everything in 2022. Do you really think you would say I did?' No, they are stunned by what we are doing now." A 66-year-old comedian who tested positive for COVID-19 last May said Fauci and the medical community do not really know what they are doing. Maher interviewed New York Representative Ritchie Torres, left, and conservative journalist Bari Weiss, center, at the show. Despite the continued spread of the virus and new variants such as the Delta and Omicron strains, Maher told the Deadline that he was not afraid of the pandemic. "I was always afraid of the reaction to it, and I found that this only proved to be more true to me," he said. "I thought it wasn't soup. Of course, we should protect the vulnerable, but it's a very old illness that threatens almost every illness and is a comorbidity.